So what did I think about Katt Williams basically saying he was sorry for Michael Jackson jokes and how he got cool with Janet Jackson and it made him look at things and how the industry uses you and pits you against black folks, etc. He still ain't funny. And he was out of pocket. I didn't find anything good about what he said. I've always found Cat to be one of those guys who has truths in what he says. I mean, a lot of stuff he's seen up close, and there is definitely an agenda to keep him on the tubey tubes, if you will, and lowball him. But I just don't find him necessarily that funny. I just think a lot of times he's vulgar and he sets off to kind of, he has his place, but it doesn't go but so far. But see, this is the thing. You can be funny and you can diss somebody, but you keep a perspective. When Eddie Murphy would talk trash about Michael, they did a running game, but it was a balance. When Chris Rock does it, he came across mean spirited. Especially when you have your own dealings and stuff. You don't really have a lot of room in Hollywood to talk about nobody. But let me keep it 100. I call cap on all them entertainers because they all know everybody's business. There's open secrets. Everybody shares agents. It's just like the NBA, NFL, baseball, soccer leagues. Cats know. They talk. They gossip. Dudes are worse than women with it because they put everybody's business out on Broad Street. But when it come to find out that it really ain't there, they walk with the head between their legs. He is saying he's sorry because Janet was humble enough and said she liked him. And he is a good entertainer. He has his charisma for what he does. And there's a whole lot of politics why he wasn't half as big as Kevin Hart or what have you. You can debate all that. The whole thing with Steve Harvey, etc. And he did tell a lot of truths about what he said. And there's still a lot more coming. But where it pertains to Michael Jackson, if you really do your due diligence about Michael Jackson and you claim to, and Cat did buy him a studio for a naval base, he's a base, because he wants to have what Tyler Perry has, his own studio to force, that's fine. All about your entrepreneurship and everything. But you got to understand, Michael Jackson did do a lot of sacrificing in terms of taking his family on his back from Gary, Indiana, very humble beginnings, Gary, Indiana to Encino, California to Hollywood. And even when he arrived in an Encino state, which was the Jackson family home compound, they weren't welcome there. There was actually a petition to get them out because they didn't want black folks in the neighborhood. This was 1970, something like a little over 50 years ago. So people think that we're talking about something that happened 100 years ago or 80 years ago. It was only 50 years ago. The realities, the racism that he faced, the hostility he faced, also dealing with the verbal exchanges that his father and others within context put on him. And that's all he ever knew was to entertain people along with being a shrewd businessman and